How is everyone doing today? My name is Derknomicon, and today I'm bringing you yet another fresh and hot off the press Skyrim build. This has been a favorite of mine, mostly because I think werewolves are extremely badass. I also want to apologize for the lack of videos. I have just recently gotten my associate's degree in art, and I have also moved into my own place. So it's been pretty hectic. But I digress. Let's get deep and dirty into this build. This is the Blood Moon Champion. I got the idea of this build from the Blood Moon DLC for the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. To start things off, let's talk about the race with which I have chosen. For this build, I went with the Nordic race. They have 50% resistance to frost to fight off those colder hunts, and they also have the ability to use battle cry to send targets fleeing for up to 30 seconds. The Nords also have plus 10 in two-handed and plus 5 in block and light armor, which are extremely beneficial for this build. With the race out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the standing stones now. So, in the beginning, I recommend that you take the warrior stone after leaving Helgen. That way you can train your two-handed and block skills faster for the first few levels. After that, go for the lover stone. That way you can level up all the remaining skills that this build requires. At the end game, I definitely recommend the Adrenok stone. That way you can absorb any spells that are thrown at you. Speaking of the heat of battle, let's go ahead and talk about the factions that you will join, that way you can have extra backup. The three main factions that I chose to join with this build were the Stormcloaks because you are a Nord and Skyrim is your homeland, Dawnguard because you hate blood-sucking vampires, and the Companions so you can get your beast form to satiate your bloodlust and appease your Lord Hircine. If you want to join the remaining factions, that is completely up to you, but I felt this build was more honorable within the factions I have just listed. This next section is going to be kind of quick and simple. We're going to talk about stats right now. So, when I was thinking about this build, I was picturing kind of a warrior druid type build. So with that being said, I put 40% into health and stamina, and then I put the remaining 20% into magicka. This build is mostly going to be a hack slash and claw gameplay, and then heals when the going gets rough. Alright, so we've talked about the race, standing stone, factions, and stats, but I know what you're thinking, what about the gear? What is this build carrying around? Well, we'll get into that. The gear that went very well for this build are going to be the fur armor, Stormcloak officer helmet, gloves, and boots. And then for the jewelry, I went ahead and was wearing the Locket of St. Jib, which was an awesome bonus to stamina and carrying capacity. I was also wearing the Ring of Hircine, which gave me more beast form abilities. And then I would also wear the Ring of Bloodlust, which allows you to do double damage while in werewolf form, but it also makes you take double damage while you're in your werewolf form. But since you are in a werewolf form, you can easily destroy enemies if you level your beast form to its max capabilities. Last but not least, you'll be wielding the legendary battle axe Wolfsrad into your mini battles. Going back on the capabilities that I was talking about previously, let's talk about the skills that this build possesses. First off, we're going to go into the light armor tree. You want to get all 5 in Agile Defender, Custom Fit, Unhindered, Windwalker, Matching Set, and Deft Movement. Next, we're going into the two-handed skill tree. You want to get all 5 in Barbarian, Champion Stance, Limb Splitter all 3, and Devastating Blow. This next one is kind of a shorter one. It's the Restoration tree. You're going to go from Novice up to Adept, get Regeneration, Recovery, and Respite. This next one's going to be a bit longer, but it's very beneficial for the build. It's in the Alchemy tree. You want to get all 5 in Alchemist, Physician, Poisoner, Benefactor, Experimenter, Concentrated Poison, Green Thumb, Snake Blood, and Purity. And actually this next one's going to be the shortest one, which is the block tree. You want to get all 5 in Shield Wall, and then you want to get Quick Reflexes. Now the whole time I was playing this build, I didn't really feel like I needed to have a companion travel along with me on my journeys. But if you're that type of person that wants to have someone as a meat shield with you, then I would recommend for this build having one of the companions run with you. For me, I mostly liked having Farkas with me because he was quiet and he would get the job done. And last but not least, I'd like to talk about some of the spells that this character will be using. Now, for this build, you're not really going to be using spells that often, but the only spells you will be using are healing. So I would just basically grab, I think the one that I used was closed wounds for my later builds. That way I could recover more health over time. But yeah, you're basically just going to be using your health spells to keep up your health, stamina, and magicka. And so concludes the Blood Moon Champion character build. Subscribe if you want to see fresh Skyrim builds on YouTube, leave a like or dislike, and comment what you thought about the build or about the video itself. I also want to, again, apologize for the lack of videos. I've been extremely busy trying to, get my life together with school and home life. I do plan on, I have like a shit ton of Skyrim builds under my belt right now, so I would like to ask that you remain patient, and thanks for watching, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and family.